Hi guys, Tiffany here with a real quick cosplay tutorial over how I made the belt for my Snow White costume from the game Sin O Alice. And big thank you to the game Sin O Alice for sponsoring this cosplay build. You can get their free mobile game in the Google Play Store or Apple Store. And here's a few reference images that I used to help create the belt for this costume. And if you'd like to follow along with the tutorial and make your own belt, you can find this same exact 2D blueprint on my website, www.tiffanygordoncosplay.com, or see the link below. I first started off by tracing the entire front section, including the lattice work part, with 2mm EVA foam, and also the 5 pieces for the back part of the belt. And then after removing the lattice work on the front sections, I then traced it as well as each of the other pieces for this belt onto 10mm EVA foam, and then cut out each piece using an X-Acto knife. Next, with the help of a sanding drum and my Dremel, I then sanded the front section as well as the C pieces in a 45-degree angle to create a triangle-like shape, and then after I heat treated each piece using a heat gun. For assembling the pieces together, I first start off with the front section, applying contact cement glue to the back and the top section of the lattice part, letting them both fully dry before attaching them together. And then with the help of my blueprint, I put the front piece on top of it and then aligned where the cross was going to lay on top of it by tracing it with a Sharpie. This allowed me to know where to apply my contact cement glue for gluing the cross. And here's what the front pieces look like so far. Next, I weighted the C piece down onto the blueprint and then put the front piece on top of it and marked it with a Sharpie, again indicating where to apply my contact cement glue to attach both of these pieces together, and repeated the same type of method for attaching the back parts of the belt as well as the two side dagger-like pieces. I did each half of the belt the same exact way, leaving the largest rectangle on the back for last to attach the two pieces together. Side note, if the belt is a little too short for you, you can always add more rectangle pieces to the back to lengthen the belt to the size that you want. And here's what the belt looks like once it is all assembled. The next step was to prime the entire piece using Plastidip, which I applied 3 heavy coats to both the front and the back of the belt. And painting this belt was super easy. Because the Plastidip I used was already black, I didn't have to apply a base coat, so I just applied a light coat of Silver Testors airbrush paint. And for an even more shine, I went around all of the top edges of the belt with a little bit more finer airbrush paint to make it pop. And when all of the paint was dry, I then sealed the entire belt with a coat of satin clear enamel spray paint. The last step was to attach the belt to the skirt, which I did 3 little tack stitches, and then the belt was done! Thanks guys so much for watching this cosplay tutorial on how I made the belt for my Snow White costume from the mobile game Sin O Alice. And if you liked this tutorial and found it helpful, leave a comment and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Much love guys, and I will see you for our next cosplay tutorial.